Hello and welcome to Afternoon Adventures with the Chesapeake Public Library. My name is Miss Hannah. I work at the Greenbrier branch, and today we want to wish you all a very happy Halloween week. We're going to be talking about Halloween today. We're going to be reading Halloween books. My friend Miss Joanne is going to join us for some Halloween crafts. But first, let's talk about Halloween this year and how it might look just a little bit different. We may go trick-or-treating or we may not. We may choose to hand out candy or we may not. During this time when we're not really sure if we want to be close to people that aren't in our family, it's a good discussion to have. There are a couple other reasons why Halloween is going to look a little bit different this year. It's on a Saturday, which is always fun because you don't have to go to school the next day. It's also a full moon, which means it's going to be bright and a well-lit night. It's going to be lots of spooky fun. And it's the second full moon in the month of October, which gives it a special name. It's called a blue moon. So that's fun. And finally, it's daylight savings time. So on Sunday, when you wake up, the time will have fallen back by 1 hour and you're going to get an extra hour to relax and recover from whatever it is you choose to do on Halloween. These are the books we're going to be reading today. We're going to read Mr. Pumpkin's Tea Party, Beneath the Ghost Moon, and Room on the Broom. We're also going to welcome Miss Joanne in for our crafts. She'll talk about that later on, and remember you can pick up your craft supplies at the Greenbrier branch. Let's get started. Mr. Pumpkin's Tea Party by Erin Barker. You are cordially invited to a tea party in the back garden at dusk. There's a party at Mr. Pumpkin's tonight, a banquet with friends in autumn twilight. And at this soiree, we'll see and we'll find ghoulish delights of every kind. One cake rests on the table, carefully laid. Two, and here are 2 jugs of cider Sir Bones has just made. 3, Lady Nightshade brings 3 jars of jelly to share. 4, while 4 swooping bats fly through the air. 5, Lord Wolfington's 5 scones look tasty indeed. 6, follow 6 lamps to the house they will lead. 7, Madam Silk has brought 7 truffles with glee. 8, and poured for each guest are 8 cups of tea. 9, Dr. Cairo's 9 spindleweeds rest in a vase. 10, while a song from 10 frogs puts a smile on each face. 11, Miss Hazel baked 11 apples into a pie. 12, Baron Laguna's 12 balloons are floating nearby. 13, the clock strikes 13 with an echoing chime, and everyone's had a frightful good time. As the fair evening winds down to a close and the crisp autumn breeze brings a chill to one's toes, Mr. Pumpkin bids each guest adieu and wishes a spooky good night to you. The end. Beneath the Ghost Moon by Jane Yolen. Illustrated by Laurel Molk. 'Twas the night before Ghost Eve, and high in the sky the moon was an unblinking, solid white eye. The farmyard was quiet, and likewise the house. Asleep in each bed was a small happy mouse. Each dreamed of a dance to a night-shining tune, played under the stars and the Halloween moon. A fancy dress dance with a band that was hot, and a lemon dew drink most decidedly not. The costumes were gorgeous, all fluffed, primped, and pressed, with false nose or face mask for each dancing guest. And out in the garden patch, under moon gleam, the pumpkins all drowsed in a vegetable dream. But creeping from corners and creeping down walls and creeping from out of old dark cellar halls came crimson and green things that gibbered and laughed to steal all the face masks and tear them in half. They ripped up the costumes while all the mice slept, except for one necklace a small crawly kept. They trampled the noses, and then, just for spite, they dropped all the stuff from a very great height. They chortled their victory over the mice and said lots of things, not a one of them nice. Now, one by one, waking, the mice saw the mess. The torn apart face masks, the ripped fancy dress. They gathered the noses, not one was complete, and everything soiled by the creepy crew's feet. All that was whole in that terrible scene was a black clarinet and a gold tambourine. So one by one, crying, they left the big house. Every brown, every black, every gray or white mouse. "It's the end," cried a gray mouse. "We're done," wailed a black. "Let us move far away and let's never come back." "Now wait," said a small voice. "Don't give up so fast. Please hear what I say before any votes cast." Then up on a pumpkin, so she could be seen, climbed a little white mouse with the gold tambourine. "Let us take back our home. Let us take back the night. We can't let that crew win without a good fight. But we're small and outnumbered. It's just too much fuss." "Don't be daft," said the white mouse. "What we've got is us." So they found rubber bands and made slingshots of wood. They gathered up all of the pebbles they could. They fashioned pin swords and made bottle cap shields and shaped cornstalk rammers picked up in the fields. They took all the pull tabs from soda pop cans and wore those as armor when they made their plans. "We'll stick them, we'll stock them, we'll make that crew sweat." Then a mouse blew a charge on the black clarinet. They rushed through the darkness with banners held high, and the farmyard hallooed with a great battle cry. The noise was quite wild and quite deafening too. It certainly scared that whole crawly creep crew. They fled from their lairs, they dashed from their dens, they stayed not a moment to make their amends. When last seen, the crawlies were headed due west, "And that is the side of them I like the best," the white mouse remarked, and was turning around when there was her necklace strung out on the ground. "Please, miss," came a voice with a hint of a whine, "I am giving you back what was yours, then was mine. Do you think I could stay in your house, in my lair, and be part of your home and be part of your care?" It was just a small crawly, a miserable creep, and he ventured this question knees down in a heap. "Stick him," the mice cried. The White Mouse said, "No, he has asked for our friendship. We must let him go." So they left him alone in his dreadful distress, and wearing their armor like Halloween dress, they proceeded to dance to a clarinet tune and a tambourine beat underneath the ghost moon. But off to one side, with a tattered false nose in the soiled and torn remnants of some mouse's clothes, the smallest of crawlies, a smile on his face, got to listen to music while dancing in place. And when he was able to follow the tune, why, he danced with the White Mouse beneath the ghost moon. The end.
Yeah, it was really
Fuzzy. Broom on the Broom by Julia Donaldson, illustrated by Axel Scheffler. The witch had a cat and a hat that was black, and long ginger hair in a braid down her back. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. "Down!" cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, "I am a dog, as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her braid, just like that. "Down!" cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then, out from a tree with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, then said, as the witch tied her braid in the bow, "I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, so the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The bird shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. "Down!" cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Then, all of a sudden, from out of the pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried her wand on the fold of her cloak, "I am a frog as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me?" "Yes," said the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. "I am a dragon as mean as can be, and you, witch, look like a good supper to me." "No!" cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. "Help! cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew nearer and started to drool. He said, "I won't let you go. Do you think I'm a fool?" But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads. It had wings like a bird, and its terrible voice when it started to speak was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strove from the ditch, and said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." The dragon drew back and he started to shake. "I'm sorry," he spluttered. "I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly." And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat, and phew, said the dog. "And thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you, I'd be in that dragon's inside." Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone, throw something in." So the frog found a lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom! Then out rose a truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a pool for the frog. "Yes!" cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. The end.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Joanne and I work at Greenbrier Library, and today I'm going to show you how to do our crafts for our Halloween program. So we have 2 crafts to do today. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to do a paper bat. And the fun thing about this this is a really simple craft. You're going to color your bat in. You can color it any way you want, and I colored mine in with purple wings and a little gray body. All right, and then after you color it in, you're going to cut it out a little bit. You don't have to be right on the black lines. Get as close as you can though, okay? So it's going to look like this, all right? Once you color your bat, we're going to give you a piece of straw that gets taped onto the back, and then we're going to give you another straw that comes in a paper covering so that it's clean for you. And what you're going to do is once you are done with taping the big straw onto the back, you put the straw in and you're going to blow the straw from the bottom, and it will pop your bat up like a rocket, and you'll be able to make your bat fly. Okay, so that is going to be your first craft. All right. Our second craft we're going to do is going to be a little more detailed. You have a lot of pieces with this one. So we're going to do 3 jack-o'-lanterns. We're going to do a fence, a moon, and some grass for your jack-o'-lanterns. Okay. So when you get this, you are going to get a brown piece of paper, you're going to get a green piece of paper, you're also going to get your pieces of orange pumpkins. You'll get 3 of those that you'll decorate with jack-o'-lantern faces, and you will also get a moon. Okay, so your brown piece of paper, you're going to cut this in 4 pieces. You're going to cut from the long way all the way up and make 4 pieces. You're going to cut it 3 times. Then you're going to take 2 and make big long pieces for the back of your fence, and the other 2 you're going to cut them in half so that you have your pieces for your shorter part for your fence. Okay, so that's your fence part. Then you're going to cut your grass. Now I cut mine a little fancy, but you can just cut slits with your scissors down all the way so that you have grass for the bottom. I did sort of fancy triangles, so I cut it out and made my grass look a little different. If you want to try something like that, go ahead too. You want to cut like that. All right, so then what we're going to do, you're going to glue your fence down first. Then you're going to glue your fence pieces up. All right, glue your jack-o'-lanterns on, glue your grass on, and then glue your moon on your paper. All right, and there is your Halloween jack-o'-lanterns. All right, so remember that we are at Greenbrier Library, where you can pick up all your supplies for these crafts. And have a great day. Thanks. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed our 3 books about Halloween today. Come into your local branch to check out lots more Halloween tales, or go online to our website to find some ebooks and e-audiobooks. Happy Halloween!